Happy day, children. Welcome to the next session of Force, Work and Energy. In this session, today, we are going to learn more about simple machines. What is a machine? A machine is a device that makes work simpler, easier and faster. Machines reduces time, effort and energy to do work. Simple machines. Simple machines are those that have a simple structure and works on a simple and basic principle. They use single applied force to overcome a single force. For a machine to function, force must be applied at a convenient point. There are 6 types of simple machine: pulley, inclined plane, screw, wedge, lever, wheel and axle. Lever. A lever is a simple machine that has a rigid rod arranged in such a manner to move freely around a fixed point. Here, in this picture, you can see a man is using an iron rod to lift a heavy package. He has placed a wooden block close to the package and is resting the rod on it. He applies a downward force and is thus able to lift the package. Here, the iron rod is the lever, the package is the load to be lifted, the wooden block is the fulcrum or pivot, which is the fixed point of the lever. The force used to lift the package is known as the effort. There are 3 types of lever with different arrangement of load, effort and fulcrum. First class lever: load, fulcrum and effort. The effort put at one end of the rod is transferred to the other end of the rod, which is pushed under the load and work is done. Here, the fulcrum is in between the load and the effort. Second class lever: effort, load and fulcrum. In this type of lever, the fulcrum is at one end, effort is at the other end, and the load is in between the fulcrum and the effort. A very good example of second class lever is wheelbarrow. Third class lever: load, effort and fulcrum. In this type of lever, the effort is in between the lever, load and the fulcrum. Tongs is a very good example of third class lever. Wheel and axle. A wheel and axle consists of a wheel rigidly attached to a rod called axle. The wheel on its axle is another example of simple machine. An axle is the rod to which the wheel is connected. The wheel is larger than the axle. Pulley. A pulley consists of a wheel with a grooved rim and a rope, a chain or a belt running around the grooves. The pulley helps us in lifting loads vertically by applying force in a suitable and convenient direction. The wheel has a grooved rim over which a roof is passed. The load is tied to one end of the rope and effort is applied to the other end of the rope. There are 3 types of pulley. Fixed pulley. Fixed pulley is the one in which the pulley is tied to a beam or a bar and the pulley doesn't move at all. Movable pulley. In case of movable pulley, the pulley is not tied to any beam or bar. One end of the rope is fixed to a beam or bar and the other end is free to be pulled by a person. Pulley is in the center to which the object is attached. In this way, the weight of the object is shared between the fixed bar and the person pulling it. Compound pulley. Compound pulley is a combination of a fixed pulley and one or more movable pulleys. It is able to reduce the effort required to do the work. Inclined plane. A slope or a flat surface raised at an angle to move heavy loads with less effort is called an inclined plane. Using inclined plane makes work easier as relatively smaller force is needed. A wedge. A wedge is a sharp-edged object having a special shape that helps us in cutting an object. Wedge is a special kind of inclined plane. Two inclined planes together forms a wedge. Axe, knife, sickle, saw are very good examples of a wedge. When force is applied to the thick end of the wedge, it is transferred to the thin end, and that is enough to cut the object. Screw. Screw is a modified version of inclined plane. It is an inclined plane in a circular form. It is a sharp, pointed metal pin with a thread wound around it. It is used to join or hold things together by being rotated under pressure. Thank you.